Welcome back. Welcome back to the Life Be Life and podcast. I'm your host, Coach Emery Cannon. And today I have another coach to sit alongside with me. I have Coach Dorie. Welcome, Coach Dorie.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you for joining us today. So, Coach Dorie, I saw you on the Facebook page and you sparked my interest. You had a lot of interesting topics to talk about. So I started clicking on more and clicking on more, and I'm watching and I'm interested. I said, this is something I want to share with the people that follow me. And first, thank you for coming by. I understand life be life,
Right.
but you had enough time to stop with us today. And so I just want to sit down and let's talk a little bit about what I saw, which was realist, real feelings, real emotions, real drive, which you don't see a lot of that in today's atmosphere. So, one, I want to know how you got here and a little bit more about yourself. And before we get started, I always like to give you the opportunity to tell people where they can get your books at so that they can get a little bit more interesting.
Okay. Well, I'm Coach Dorie Mack. You can find my books on Amazon. Right here is the book Break Free, a beginner's guide to setting healthy boundaries. It's help you understand why you're not able to set the boundaries that keep you safe, keep you at peace, keep you strong. And you can also go to my website, askcoachdorie.com, and you can have access to a free boundary guide. A lot of people don't realize that we don't really know how to set boundaries.
Right.
We've been conditioned since childhood, and it's very hard for us, especially women. I don't want to generalize, or you know what I'm saying. I don't
Yeah.
want to, but it's hard for women because we're taught to be nice.
Yeah.
So we have to worry about what are they going to think of us. And so I have put together a boundary guide where you can have I give you answers to how to answer about 50 different boundary violations, whether it's financial, your time management, spiritual, emotional boundaries. So you can get that for free. Download that on my website, askcoachdorie.com.
Love it.
Yeah.
AskCoachDorie.com.
Yes.
So you have a podcast as well.
Yes.
And is this a live podcast or is it pre-recorded?
It's a combination of both.
Okay.
And actually had solo podcast recordings. I show up live at times, and I have a lot of different guests on there.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about the platform. What can we expect if we're watching Coach Dorie?
So the platform, as far as my podcast, or
Yeah.
just period. So my podcast is Don't Ask Me Boo. I won't say the actual word here just to be respectful of other people's platforms, but you can find that information anywhere that I'm listed as Coach Dorie everywhere. And the podcast is really, it's one of those places I've been very careful, and I keep using the word conditioned because it's very it's very real for me. I've done a lot of things based on what other people want me to do. People pleasing, how I should say this, how I should do this. Even in my coaching practice when I first started, I was very careful about how I would say things to people. And people will come and they want advice or they want help, but then they want to tell me I'm wrong or they want to disagree or whatever. And it just got to the point that I'm like, you know what? If you're not ready to do the work for yourself,
Yeah.
don't ask me anything because
Yeah.
I can't help you. You're not open for help.
Right.
You know, so
No,
that's
I've experienced that previous, and I have a way of doing things that work, and so I definitely understand when people say, "Oh, that's not what I want done." Well, this is what you asked.
Right.
Here's the way to get there.
Right.
So
And
yeah.
I have the accept method that I've developed in order to help people through their healing process to either alleviate stress or heal from toxic relationships. And so it's a proven method. I've walked people through it. I've gone through it myself. So I know it works. And if that's not what you want, then you probably should go elsewhere
Yeah,
because I
so
can't help you.
and that's part of the vetting process,
Mhm.
right? When
Right.
you're talking to someone and doing the consultation at the beginning, and I always say people show up with their best shoes on because
Right.
they want to do the work, and
Right.
they really think they do want to do the work until it's time to do the work.
Right. Now, one thing about my platform, though, I don't I don't coddle people. Yes, we go and we look at the issues, we look at how we got here,
Yeah.
but we're going to turn it around and we're going to work on us. Now, what are you going to do different? You can't use this as an excuse. You can't, it's a reason, but it's not an excuse for you to grow and to move forward. So that's where a lot of, I know my listeners kind of like that flip, that it's like, okay, we've worked on this, we've identified the problem, now let's work on you. What you doing? Why are you here?
Okay.
So
So let's walk us more through that step, because that's very eye opening,
mhm.
and I think it would help a lot of the listeners out there understand, what coaching is all about. And so, a lot of people think they're coming to you, but really they think they're coming to you like they're a therapist,
Mhm.
but really we're trying to get to a goal that you're
Yes,
trying to achieve,
yes,
right?
yes,
And
yes.
so walk us through what that consultation looks like, and then how do we get to the goal?
So you come and we talk about your stress. What are you feeling? Your stress shows up in your body. What are your illnesses? Who's around you? Kind of go through that whole process. Once we identify where the problems and things are coming from, we start to work on how to re-regulate your nervous system, because you're all out of whack.
Yeah,
Everything is just you're living in fight or flight. You've been living there for years. You're in this, your body's in a panic state, your
yeah.
body's sick even.
Makes that
And so
nervous
yeah.
system all tore up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you move, everything, and you don't realize it
Hmm.
because it's been normal for you for so long.
Exactly.
And so when we go ahead and dissect all of that, we can go ahead and start to develop a plan for you that'll help you, whether it be your diet, whether it be exercise, whether it be a life audit, how to figure out who's eliminating some of your relationships, or at least um, spending less time with those people that are causing the problem. But there's a flip side to it. Everybody's not wrong all the time. Where are you showing up in this, and what are you contributing to your own stress, whether it be your mindset set, whether it be your expectations, it's so many things. So we flip it and we get to your own BS. What are you telling yourself that makes this
Yeah.
okay for you to accept this?
Right.
So that's how we kind of work through that.
And I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
That's exactly how the process actually goes.
yeah.
So a lot of times it's really not only are they vetting you, but you're vetting them to
Hmm.
see if they're ready to do that work.
Right.
And you have a book sitting in front of us. Tell us a little bit about this book.
So this book is just a beginner's guide, like I said earlier, of helping you learn how to set boundaries. A lot of people think that they can just tell somebody, "Stop talking to me that way." That's not a boundary. That's a directive.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not a boundary. Is there, and a boundary is there to protect you and your peace. It's not to control other people. And so a lot of times people go and they throw these things out there because they're really subconsciously wanting to control, and even consciously wanting to control the other person.
Yeah.
But you need to figure out what your values are and what you are wanting to deal with and can deal with. I had someone the other day they kept bringing up a subject that I just was not comfortable talking about. I'm in a different place. I did not ask for your opinion. I simply said, "Hey, I need us to change this subject. I really don't want to talk about this. Let's talk about something else."
Okay.
Well, they kept pushing. Well, no, you just don't want to listen to. Hey, again, I asked you, I need us to change this subject because I'm not comfortable with it. Let's talk about something else. The third time, they kept going. I said, "You know what? If you're not going to change the subject, I'm getting off the phone." Then that's when the threats came on their end. But I was setting a boundary and
Yeah.
letting them know I wasn't just cutting them off. I am not in a place to handle this right now. This is not helping me mentally, physically, emotionally, and I need us to pivot. They did not respect that, so the consequence had to come that we get off the phone, you
Right.
know. And so this book teaches you how you get there. Why is it so hard for some people to set boundaries? What different boundaries are? There are time boundaries, there are emotional boundaries, there are spiritual boundaries, financial boundaries. and it helps you to kind of navigate through it. It's a guideline, just
Yeah.
a simple guideline handbook.
Well, I think we need that in the world. I think, and it looks like it's pretty thick here, so you probably go through a lot of information, and I like the fact that it's not super thick because like I respect people's time when I write books.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're not living in the age anymore where it's like 400-page books
Yeah.
and people have time to read it. We're in a busy world, so I tried my best for my people that purchase my book, the readers, to keep them under about 100 pages or less,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that's enough information
Right.
at one time.
Right.
And then if you want to do a different one later, then you can. It looks like you kind of accomplished that as well.
Right.
Uh, now, how much is the book, and where can they get it?
It's $8.99 on Amazon. Yes, if you just and you can Google Dorie Mack and you will find that book along with other coloring books that I publish coloring
You brought
books.
some. Let's see
Yes, I
some.
did. So I brought different coloring books to these are affirmations for little girls.
Okay, let's look at them.
This one's specifically for black girls. It has images of little black girls so they can see themselves in there
Oh wow.
with affirmations to tell
Oh,
themselves.
that's beautiful.
And then this just another one for just all girls. Same affirmations in them. I have this colorful slang. This is one of my favorites. This has a lot of the famous, about 50 years of common slang terms
Okay.
and designs in here. Just this one just says holla,
Crunk.
crunk. Yeah, that's
That's tight. Oh, I ain't heard that in a
Yeah,
while.
exactly. So it goes from the 70s to the 2000s of just
That's different. What
Yeah.
made you create that?
So I love history.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of it was just the idea of, man, we've had some very just kind of paying attention to how certain things mean the same things over the years and over each generation.
Yeah.
But I love to color. Coloring is actually a really good way to reduce your stress.
Really?
Yes, it gives you focus. The repetitive motion
Mm-hmm.
is relaxing and it gives you focus, and it also you practice mindfulness and things. So it kind of does the same thing with color therapy.
It's almost
Yeah.
like a therapy. I was
Yes.
gonna say that's
Yes.
sort
Yes.
of a therapy.
And it forces you to sit still
Mhm.
and do something and clear your mind of a lot of other things. And so, just the different repetitive patterns and stuff. And I just got excited about it. I'm like, I want to that mean something to me. Uh, this one here is colorful cuss words.
Okay.
This one has phrases.
I see it.
Yeah, you see the phrases, but they're motivational.
They are.
They're all motivational with an attitude, because actually, even cussing is a form of stress release.
Tell me how that happens.
If you so say you stub your toe,
Uh-huh.
that release that tension, whatever word comes out of your mouth,
Uh-huh.
it forces your body to get that energy out. A lot of
Yeah.
times we're holding things in and trying to be constrained, but when we let things flow, and I'm not saying you got to be a sailor because I'm like a sailor, but it releases that tension, but it also allows you to be more expressive of who you are. You're not always monitoring what you're saying and who you're talking to. You're able to be you, which lowers your stress levels also.
A crazy thing I heard, and I read it to make sure that what they were saying was true. Is excuse me, when you're making noise while you're working out,
Mhm.
it helps you work out better.
It's the
And
same
I didn't
concept.
believe it at
Yeah.
first when the guy told me that, and I was like, "Yeah, you just want to grunt and moan. I get it."
Yeah.
So then I went and I had to go to chat
Yeah.
and find
Yeah.
out. And,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
the
a
same
proven fact.
concept. And with people that tend to cuss a little bit more, they're freer. So they're not holding things in. They're just, hey, this is what it is, as opposed to us like, well, I want to say this, but let me, it's let me dial back a little bit. I don't want anybody to think I'm mean or anything like that.
So there is a stigma on if you're cussing, you're mean,
Mhm.
versus trying not to cuss, but you're holding it in, and
Mhm.
you know causing yourself more anxiety, more
Hmm.
stress to maybe lead to heart attack, stroke, all kind of other things. So it's almost unhealthy not to release what you're trying to say.
Yeah, yeah. And
Isn't that
it,
crazy?
yeah, and it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be the words. You can use fudge. You can use. It's just whatever it is. You have to get
It has
it
to be
out
organic and natural,
and
is what you're
natural to
saying.
you, and
Yeah.
get it out. Don't hold it in because that's what's hurting us.
You got any more
So
over there?
yeah, I mean, I have
Let's
different.
talk
These are
about them.
all. These are all affirmations. This one is for confidence. This one is for motivational. This one is healthy living. So all of them have, and self improvement. They all have different designs and patterns in them, and affirmations for you to. I don't want to say study, but to just help you through life, through the
Yeah.
days. Just
It's therapeutic,
yeah.
as you said, and these are kind of things that should be on the shelf in like
Hmm.
schools,
Hmm.
and things like this definitely make a difference,
Right.
especially the students. Uh, Coloring and seeing self improvement
Hmm.
affirmations, coloring and seeing what was the one I really liked in here was the slang
Yeah.
word one.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty dope and amazing. And if any principal or anything is watching, get this in your library, or at least get it for the students, because that is going to help them with their vocabulary growing
Hmm.
up, and help them with the coloring and
Hmm.
everything else that you need to become a great student
Yeah.
in preschool and kindergarten and stuff. So,
Right.
and you still get graded for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, so tell us about a time in maybe your coaching experience where uh, you ran into where these kind of books helped, or you ran into where this kind of books helped.
I mean, we it helps in from beginning to end. We start with boundaries right off
Hmm.
because again, that's where a lot of our issues have come from. We have not set healthy boundaries, which allow people to treat us like trash. Um, we so I mean, I walk you through what's a violation and how to address them. A lot of times people are really scared too, and they're like, well, I don't want to. And I tell people all the time, it's like, no, say what you have to say, even when you're afraid, and keep practicing it. This doesn't come natural to us. We've
No,
been,
because we've been conditioned to
yeah,
be the unnatural. So our natural selves would already have set the boundaries, but our unnatural selves have let people scold us and walk past us and trample on us uh, an enormous amount of times, to where now we're conditioned to just be walked on. Is what you're saying?
right. And the conditioning has happened as early as 5 years old. You've
Yeah.
been doing this from 5 to 50. So for 45 years, you've been letting people or thinking this is okay. And now all of a sudden today, I'm supposed to know how to set a boundary and then be done with it. No, it takes practice. And I always tell my clients, even if you have to state the boundary and then turn around real quick and walk away, your face on the other end could be, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what did I just do? But that person does not have to see or know that. And even if you're uncomfortable, keep doing it, keep stating it.
It should be uncomfortable then at the
Right.
beginning,
Yeah.
because again, we've conditioned ourselves for 45 years,
Yes.
or if you're 20,
Yeah.
15 years, or whatever the age is. I'm using a general term that's closer to this beard age. But anyway, uh, it should be uncomfortable, and it's going to be difficult to do
Hmm.
from the beginning.
From the beginning.
And so somebody that does the kind of coaching you do, if somebody wants to be free, it's
Hmm.
like opening up the matrix a little
Hmm.
bit, right?
Hmm.
And so like if somebody wants to be free, they call you
Hmm.
and you help them start the process of it. But they have to want to do it, right?
Right.
So how do they get started besides just calling you? What would be the first thing they would want to do to be free?
First thing you would want to do, I say, would say no to everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Even if you want to do it?
Say no to everything.
Okay.
Give yourself the pause, the time to make sure you want to do it. Because a lot of times we think we want to do stuff and then we'll say yes to it and then realize, why did I say that? I
Yeah,
didn't
I've
want
done
to
that
do.
before.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you resent the person or the thing or yourself, and you got an attitude about the whole thing. You don't want to go back and say, I'm not doing this now. But if you take that pause, the initial answer is no until you know for sure it's a yes. So give yourself a pause. I'd say, hey, let me check my calendar. Hey, I don't have the time right this moment. Let me get back at you tomorrow. Or whatever you need to do, give yourself, if it's the person that's standing right there still, give yourself a 10-second pause to think about what you're getting ready to say.
Okay.
Assume that the answer is going to be no. You have to learn to scale back on so many things that you've been putting yourself out there for
Hmm.
in order to start reducing your stress. Because
Wow.
you have to identify what's stressing you.
But we still got to do what's important, to maintain, I guess, life. You have, so if you're conditioned to say yes, and you're used to saying yes, and everybody's used to you saying yes, and then you start saying no, do you think you'll miss any opportunities?
I personally don't think so. I
I'm
don't think so.
asking. I don't
Yeah, no, no,
know.
no. I don't, because you'll start removing a lot of things that are hindering you, and start seeing the things that you really want to do that align with what you want.
That
So,
align with what you want.
right,
How do
right.
you, and that's how you get to the process of start scaling back
Hmm.
and finding what's the most important things to do.
Yes, and it's gonna feel healing is uncomfortable. Healing feels boring because you're so used to the chaos and you're
Uh-huh.
so used to everything just frantic and going and going and going. When there's nothing going, you start feel like, oh my gosh, I've lost my social life. This is boring. What's happening? No one's calling me. It feels really dull until you can get yourself to a baseline where you're feeling good, and again you start taking on the things that you want to do. That's when the peace, the joy, and everything starts coming back.
Wow. No, it all makes sense when you look at it from that perspective.
Mhm.
So to be free and to live life all in once, and that's what you're offering. And so, how can they get to your services again? Go ahead and let them
So you
know.
can go to askcoachdory.com. That's where you can find the the free boundary guide, violation guide, mini guide. Just it will ask you for your email address. Just put your email address in there, and then it'll send you the information. And then you can also sign up for workshops on there. I will be doing a workshop at the last Saturday of the month to help you if you're one that feels overwhelmed, dysregulated, stressed out. I will be giving you some tools to help you to alleviate and reduce that stress and move forward from there. And so,
Wow.
yeah, and then you can sign up. I do have coaching programs that are coming out. One of them is a Find Your Footing. It's an 8-week program that gets you to, again, get to all the chaos out, give you guidelines and support to help you get to a stabilized place. And then the other one is a 90-day reset. You asked how I got here about 15 years ago. Started going through a divorce. I was homeschooling my kids. I had to throw my kids in school. Everything just went haywire. And I did not realize how depressed I was. And working through that process, I realized that if I had support, that would have been a lot easier.
Yeah.
So I like to be here to help women, mainly women, walk through and support them through that transition.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, this is wonderful. This is
yeah,
all great information. Thank you so much for coming on.
yeah.
Is there a message that you can give to not just women, just anybody about freeing themselves, about letting go, about healing, all of this? Is there something specific that you could tell the people today that can get them through this next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Take time to get to know you. And I mean the good, the bad, the ugly. Don't Not this whitewashed beautiful picture that we paint of ourselves. Oh, I'm a good person and I just love the world, and no, 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 baby. You got a dark side there. You got some shadows somewhere in there. And when you know those things, when you know yourself, you can free yourself. Because just because the dark places are there, that doesn't mean you have to act in those places. That's just know you know you're prone to certain behaviors. Hey, let's get this out of the way. Let's not respond this way like I'm used to responding or whatever. But the more you know about you, your values, your strengths, your desires, the easier it is to free yourself from everything else that doesn't align with that.
So starting to make things that you want to exist, and those that don't, you make it
Mm-hmm.
disappear.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And you can catch Coach Dorie on Facebook. Can they follow you?
Yes, you can follow me.
Follow her because
Yes.
her podcast and her lives are amazing. It caught my interest the very first time I saw it, and I had to go back and watch more. So I want you to get the same experience I got. It was a great experience, and that's why I asked her to come onto the show to let us know more about how we can get some of these great experiences. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you
in.
for having me.
Thank you for helping and sharing and telling us about your amazing programs and your books and your coloring books. It's all wonderful and it's all here to help you guys. So if you need a coach that can help you with this information, she's the one. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as usual, you guys be great for the rest of the week and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye for now.